Hi, lovelies, and welcome back for another session. Today, we are going to be talking about our intuition and how the gut brain connection and cortisol can really impair that process. So, as you may or may not know, your intuition is your innate spiritual guide. It's that deep knowing as we're navigating through life and making aligned decisions, and we're getting that, that the knowing that we are being guided, and we're getting those really, a full yes or a full no, and that gut feeling. But, what happens when that gut feeling starts to feel a bit clouded and a little bit like you're unsure? Maybe you're feeling stuck and you are starting to second guess yourself, and you're finding it harder to really hear those the inner messages, coming through, because it really isn't all just about mindset. It's actually there's a really big biological component there, as we've spoken about before in some of our previous sessions, about how our microbiome and how the signaling up the vagus nerve, all of this is a biochemical process where we really need, our intuition is really deeply connected to our physical body and this gut brain axis. So, that's why the gut's often referred to as the second brain, because it plays, this really critical role in how clearly we receive our intuitive guidance. So today I just want to explore why the connection matters, how the cortisol disruption interferes with this vital communication channel, and hopefully give you a little bit of insight into some of the things that, just to be mindful of as you're doing these practices, and as we're clearing our channel and resetting this cortisol, and how much it's going to really help you to really increase your intuition, your intuitive guidance. So, as you may know, our intuition really thrives when we are in a state of balance. So we go mentally, emotionally, physically, when all of these areas are coming together, the triad of health, we have a much better balanced gut brain axis. We have the gut and the brain are constantly in communication with each other through that vagus nerve and the neurotransmitters and hormones. So where the gut feeling really originates from is literally that feedback loop that between the gut and the brain. So cortisol levels, when they're chronically elevated and cause all of the stress and hinder and disrupt the communication, can damage the gut lining, which we've spoken a lot about, and that causes, the gut microbiome injury, leaky gut, and a lot of, mental wellness challenges that are that really disrupt the production of key neurotransmitters like our, serotonin, dopamine, and GABA, which really influence our mood and our clarity and our, ability, that whole channel. So if our happy hormones are disrupted, our vibration sits lower, in the lower realms. And so to, heal the gut microbiome injury is to help to raise the vibration of our core being, at a biochemical level. And then, of course, that increases the communication and the channel up to our brain and out into, receiving the clear communication and the clarity and the focus and the motivation and all of the things that we need to make aligned decisions in our life. I mean, on a deeper level, the intuition, obviously, is really our spiritual compass. So when the physical channel really becomes muddled, our signal becomes weak. And so that's what ends up clouding our judgment. And we may find it difficult to make decisions. We may be second guessing ourselves a lot about things if we are presented with, decisions, or, making a choice of which way to go or what to do. And we don't trust ourselves. We don't trust our gut so much because the signal is off. So we're not really getting it nice and that really beautiful, clear communication that usually would just flow freely. It all starts to get a bit murky. It's like tuning a radio and having I'm showing my age here, old school radio station where, turning the knob and you've got that static in the background, because you haven't quite, your channel's not clear. We haven't got it on the mark yet. So the all of the things that we've been talking about in this program are all ways that you can help to, clear your channel, bring that cortisol down, which is one of the things that really impacts negatively um, our intuitive channel, because of all of disruption in the communication and the axis. So when we focus on the axis, and it becomes, we repair the microbiome injury, so then our axis, the communication channel, is working again. Our intuitive gifts, our intuitive knowing, the trust and the surrender, and the full, that feeling that you get in your body where you're just like, it's a yes from me, or that's a hard no. That's all part of this, gut brain axis, and the ability for us to really feel deeply in our knowing, in our channel, when it's nice and clear, and we're vibrating higher, because we've got all of our microbiome and all our happy hormones are all in beautiful balance. Our gifts and our ability to be able to really focus in and trust that, that intuitive guidance is really, really on point, and it's very magical. So moving forward, I just really want to encourage you to just really stay connected and really, mindful about this whole gut brain communication piece, and understanding how much the cortisol has been impairing that. So imagine when your microbiome is healed, imagine how clear your channel is going to be, how uplifted you're going to feel, how you've raised your vibration at a biochemical level, and how much more your channel, and you're going to be able to receive the messages that you're here to receive, and the guidance and the clarity that you've we're all like seeking, aren't we, in our life, to know that we're on the right track and living our purpose, and doing what we came here to do. Your intuition is your most trusted guide, and it's at work every single day. So I hope that this little session has helped you understand a little bit more about the biochemical, physical aspects of intuition, and how it all is connected, and how important this whole cortisol conversation is to really helping you clear your channel, raise your vibration, and really trust in have, making aligned decisions for you moving forward. So I hope that you have a beautiful day, and we'll see you tomorrow.